Today we're going to learn about the wiring harness on the 2004 to 2006 Sprinter. So this is on top of the engine. These are for the injectors. These are for the glow plugs. This goes through the firewall and plugs into the engine control module. I'm going to tape that up. Look for that in my next video. This is a common wear point. If you lose a zip tie from someone working on it, not knowing what they're doing, and they don't put that zip tie back, these can touch the top of the engine, vibrating around, and create an injector short to ground, which can shut your engine down intermittently, which can be a safety issue. So these go over the heat shield, turbo heat shield. Now the reason they have to go over is because if they go under, you can get these wires eaten up by your fan. So you got some leading to your turbo, and you got one going to your alternator, turbo, actuator. So yeah, these all go over the turbo heat shield, so that gives you an idea. So these are all on the passenger side, USA. Okay, now this is your AC compressor turn on wire. Here's your crankshaft sensor. Look for my other video on how to disconnect that properly. This is for your fuel rail. And that should be the back side, so that would be fuel rail solenoid, one of those, and that should be your, this will be fuel rail solenoid, this will be, one of these is a camshaft sensor right there. Okay, so this is the driver side with the crank sensor. That might be the starter. And, hopefully that gives you an idea in case maybe you took it all apart trying to tape it back up and you want to know how things are routed from the factory. So we go from the firewall, ECM. Now here's where it gets damaged on the fuel filter bracket, so look for wear marks. This is like 20 years old, so it's starting to get damaged. So that's what you're looking for. You gotta inspect real close to see if you have any little nicks in the insulation. I'm not gonna let it get that far. I'm gonna tape it up while I have a chance. Okay, so from the ECM through the firewall, behind the fuel filter bracket. This is very important. This must go in between the intake and the harness. So it's supposed to wrap up on the driver's side of the intake. Between the firewall and the intake is where this little donut sits. Prevents damage. Okay, then we go onto the top of the engine. We go, oops. Then we go over the turbo heat shield, not under, and to the turbo actuator, and all the other goodies. Alright, so we'll try to just give you a close up on things. Make sure you don't mix these up. Easy to do. Here's where you want to protect from touching the engine. It's not good enough from the factory. Well, I hope this is helpful to someone. And another tip is sometimes these harnesses can be different. The Canadian version is different, so if you're doing an engine swap, make sure that your harness plugs into the ECM you have. Enjoy.